All right. In this talk, I'm going to talk about the Almighty in such a way where I'm referring to the Abrahamic religion because my background, I won't say uh, my complete knowledge of the Almighty, but my official knowledge of the Almighty comes from the Bible. Yeah. Although before I started to understand the Bible, I did used to contemplate on the Almighty. Yeah, but that was only because I started going Sunday school, where they started to talk about the Almighty, and it just started to spark off ideas in my head. But the concept uh, was developed independently and in an official way. Yeah, so obviously you got to have independent contemplation on the Lord, as well as the official one, because they should match. If they don't match, um, you have to ask yourself, was what I disagree with put there by those who are victorious, those who brought the Bible to us? The Bible went through many stages. First of all, it was only Jews that understood Jesus Christ, because Jerusalem was a metropolitan place. There was people from all over the world who listened to Jesus Christ when he was there, and very few people understood Jesus Christ, and it wasn't official in any way. Once it became official, in that marked the beginning of the negotiations between Christianity and the ruling system, I suppose. So when the Roman Emperor became Pope, he had to insist on some changes. So then changes started to occur there. When the influence on the Bible changed to the British Empire, they added in changes. The word love all of a sudden started to appear. And now we've gone into the latter stages with the new superpowers, and I'm sure everyone who wins will add in changes. So you have to, when you do notice something that the scripture says that you haven't really noticed happens in real life, consider that fact. Back to the matter of this fact, this talk, the Almighty and the description of the Almighty's appearance in scripture, which is in layman terms, a burning bush, and a bush that doesn't burn like any other bush, never burns out, an eternal light. And then I want to couple that with the realizations we have, even as I was in my experience as a targeted individual, referring to my experience as a targeted individual, where we realize that there's uh, devices that can project what our mind eventually considers to be words. So voice to skull kind of technology, yeah, which is based on the microwave part of the light spectrum. And when you say light spectrum, the microwave part of the light spectrum, so light, imagine a light that doesn't burn out, that lasts for eternity. Can't that light um, naturally, yeah, emit microwaves in such a way that you realize words in your thoughts, just like a voice to skull weapon does, or voice to God weapon, whatever. I've heard this publicly. I don't really know the specifics of these weapons, but I know that they use some type of light spectrum microwave to make the mind believe that you've heard a voice. So there are natural fires out there that never burn out that could also manipulate the light aspect of the spectrum that they're emitting, of the microwave aspect of the light that they're emitting, to form voices that can be heard by human beings. Why is it so far-fetched to believe that a burning bush that never burns out, that's freaky like that, can have the properties, yeah, of being able to project spoken word into your head using the microwave spectrum of the light that's giving off? Yeah. So for a man to come down from a mountain nowadays and tell me as a scientist that there was this, putting into modern terms, there was this strange anomaly. It appeared to be giving off a light source, yeah, but the light source never had no obvious power supply. So this appeared to be some kind of unnatural light, and I could also hear words emanating from it. If somebody told me that in today's money, I'm not gonna say he's lying. Yeah. So think about that. Yeah. is there natural processes that can also manipulate the microwave aspect of light, or part of the light spectrum, to produce voices in us other than the artificially created ones? Think about that. Yeah.